All right, guys, gonna talk about our utility hook. When you get it, come in a bag like this. Going to open it up and take out your hook and these two cables. So we'll talk about these after, but your utility hook is a pretty simple design. It's a piece of loop and hook that has our tuck tab on it, which I'll explain here in a second, and then this 723 hook on the end. The reason that we use this hook, it has an extremely strong spring gate, so it will not open when you don't want it to. A lot of the hooks that are out there look a lot like this, and they have a hole through them. Those are the HK style hooks, and they use a small piece of metal about the size of a paper clip to close this gate, and they fall open when you don't want them to, and I've lost things on those, so that's why we use this really beefy hook. So to install, this will work on pretty much any battle belt on the market, regardless of whether the interior is loop or hook. In this case, this is a GBRS Assaulter V2, which is loop. Most belts are hook on the inside, but this works with both. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take whatever is on the inside of your belt, in this case loop, and you're gonna mirror that on the outside. So if this was a hook belt interior, I'd flip it around. Start from the bottom, and I'm going to feed the hook in. Helps a lot to have a pair of pliers. You can be pretty rough with these things. It's designed to be extremely tight getting through, but go ahead and pull and push that tuck tab through the top of the MOLLE. And pull that hook all the way through. Next thing you're gonna do is take it and fold it over on the back like this. So now it'll match up to your inner belt. And then the next thing is you gotta take this tuck tab and you're gonna jam it back underneath. Again, it helps. Take a pair of pliers, sort of pry that MOLLE slot open a little bit, and then force it in there. And now your utility hook is mounted. The reason that we use this tuck tab design is that this hook will not come out. In our testing, we've hung enough weight off this hook to actually break the metal hook before we got this to come off of a belt. So I've been able to hang more than my body weight off of this thing and it will not come out. A lot of the designs out there that you guys see, they just Velcro around the outside and they fall off or rip off. You snag them in the woods. This thing is not going anywhere. These two keychain cables, you guys might be familiar with these from our Chem keepers. We think this is the best way to carry chem lights, and we feel so strongly about it that we include two of these with all the utility hooks. We've had thousands of you guys now get to use these and experience this instead of using 550. And I think the feedback's pretty universal that this is awesome. These keychain cables will cut right through a chem light. And so we'll prep them like this, run them through the hole in our chem light. And when I need to, I can just grab a chem and rip it and cut right through. Yes, you can use 550 cord for that, but this works better and you can reload them. Other things you can put on your utility hook. A lot of times guys like to carry electrical tape. So always make sure your electrical tape has a tab ready to go so you can actually use it and not be fishing around. But I can clip that on there. Of course, shooting gloves, in this case some pig gloves. And here I've got some liquid chalk that I like to use on the range. But you clip whatever you need into here. Again, this is not going to open when you don't want it to. Very simple solution, but one that's extremely robust and durable and will last. The one that I've been running on this belt for the last few years, still going strong. The next way that you can mount a utility hook is simply between any hook and loop surface. Most commonly, you're going to see that on a placard. And all you're going to simply do is take your utility hook, mount it wherever you want. In this case, I want to have it on my left-hand side. Take it, adhere it, close down the other side, adhere it, and again, that's not going to go anywhere. Clip in whatever you need. A lot of guys like to carry their shooting gloves up here, and that's how you use your utility hook between a hook and loop surface. All right, the third way that you can install our utility hook is on a single row of MOLLE. So you're going to take it, thread it from the bottom. I'm going to take the tuck tab, feed it back underneath. Again, helps to grab a pair of pliers to pull this through. You're going to take that tuck tab, you're going to feed it back underneath itself. Pull some tension, and your utility hook is locked in. From there, whatever you want to carry on your bag, go back to some shooting gloves, some chalk for the range, snap them in, you're good to go. All right, guys, so those are 3 different ways that you can install the utility hook. Again, it's a very simple design, but extremely robust. And like we talked about, you've got a super durable hook that's not going to go anywhere. You can mount this in a bunch of different ways and places on pretty much every belt, placard, bag that's out there, as long as it's got MOLLE, some hook and loop, or a battle belt. And then again, this doesn't take up a MOLLE row, so you can actually MOLLE right over it if you need to. In this case, I've got my Happy Mag or Speed Mag right over the top of it. I like to use these to carry my shooting gloves, electrical tape, chem lights with our chem keepers, but I'm sure the sky's the limit to what you guys will figure out to hang on these. So thanks for watching, and as always, hit us up in the comments if you have any questions.